Hello guys, this is your Friends Shinobi Nexus 2.0 and we are back in new fanfic. What if Naruto was trained by Kurenai, Yugao, and Jiraiya Part 1? It has been 3 years since Naruto left with Jiraiya. At the gate were the eternal Chunin as they monitored what was going in and out. Man, it's boring out here, thought the one with a bandage on his nose. They turn their heads and see a yellow flash appear in front of them. When it dies down, Naruto is seen with black Anbu armor and his Konoha headband. Naruto, wait, said a huffing Jiraiya as he catches up to his student. Well, Jiraiya-sama, said Izumo. This must be Naruto. I was told to let you in and head to the Hokage-sama's office. Yes, thank you, said Jiraiya. The two head to the office and see Tsunade there. It is about time you two made it, said Tsunade. Naruto, congrats on the Junin promotion from the exams in Sand Village. Thank you, Hokage-sama, said Naruto. Now that the pleasantries are over with, we have to move on to business. Naruto, meet at Training Ground 50 for your skills test tomorrow, said Tsunade. Who will I be facing? Asked Naruto. You will know when you get there, said the Hokage. Naruto was walking around the village and saw Kurenai sitting at the dango shop. Hi there, Kurenai-chan, said Naruto. Naruto, she said, I did not know you were back. So how are you doing? Asked Naruto. Good, tell me about your trip, said Kurenai. Flashback. Jiraiya was walking with Naruto. We are going to work on incorporating elements into your Rasengan, said Jiraiya. What do you mean? Asked Naruto. The Rasengan is an incomplete technique. The fourth Hokage wanted to add his element to it, but he died before his time, said Jiraiya. After about a month I was able to use the jutsu with deadly effect, said Naruto. I learned a lot from Jiraiya as he showed me how to run a spy network. Sound interesting, said Kurenai. So how is your team doing? Asked Naruto. Kiba is better from the Uchiha attack and Team 8 is Chunin, said Kurenai. What of my other team member? Asked Naruto. Sakura is Chunin and has been trying to get Tsunade to teach her and has been denied. All of the other rookies refused to work with her unless ordered to, said Kurenai. I thought they would remove her from the ninja forces after her misconduct, said Naruto. It did not happen, said Kurenai. Asuma walks in. Well, Naruto, good to see you, said Asuma as he takes a seat. Hey Asuma, said Naruto. How is your team doing? Like you know, Shikamaru is no longer a ninja thanks to the Uchiha. Ino started to get serious after you left and has become Chunin and Choji is Junin, said Asuma. Good for them. Well, I have a test tomorrow. See you guys later, said Naruto. Naruto appeared in the training ground that had a miniature forest. He looks around and sees Kurenai, Kakashi, Asuma, Yugao and Guy. Our youthful opponent has appeared, shouted Guy. So you are my opponents, said Naruto. Tsunade appears. Naruto will be facing the top Junin to determine his skills. Naruto will win if he defeats all of his opponents. It is a no-hold battle. Begin, she said. Naruto throws a kunai at Kakashi who catches it. Naruto appears in a yellow flash and sends Kakashi back with a punch. That was, started Asuma. We have to take this fight seriously. The other Junin disappear into the forest. Naruto stood in the clearing and dodged a kick and saw Guy in his Goken stance. Naruto disappeared and sent a kick to Guy who ducked under it. Guy tired to kick Naruto but he flips away. Naruto flips through hand seals. Fire style. Fireball jutsu, said Naruto blowing out a ball of fire at Guy. Leaf hurricane, said Guy as he redirects the attack away with his kick. You are strong, my youthful opponent, shouted Guy. Shadow's clone jutsu, said Naruto as he forms 4 shadow clones and has them flush out the other Junin. Naruto rushes forward with amazing speed and slams a knee into Guy's chest, knocking him back. Guy gets up. Felt like I got hit by a runaway carriage, thought Guy as he blacks out. Guy is out, said Tsunade. What did you teach Naruto? Speed training and Sage mode. He also knows the Hiraishin but has taken it a step further by being able to teleport to a location he has been to, said Jiraiya. He is way above our level. Unbelievable, said Tsunade. Naruto was jumping tree to tree when he stopped. I see, said Naruto as he bit his lip, dispelling the genjutsu, and sees the scenery change with Naruto still in the forest but standing next to a lake. Naruto turned his head and smiles. Found you, Kurenai-chan, said Naruto as he dashes off. Kurenai was in a retreat as she saw Naruto looking her direction. Going through the trees, her vision start to black out. Genjutsu, she questioned before she felt a hit on her neck knocking her out. Bringer of darkness, said Naruto. Tsunade was looking in the forest. Hokage-sama, said an Anbu. We have retrieved Kurenai. 2 done for Naruto and 3 to go, said Tsunade. Naruto got to a clearing in the forest and saw his last 3 enemies. Asuma, Kakashi and Yugao. So you have come, stand as one, said Naruto as he gets out his sword. Lesson 1 Kenjutsu, said Naruto as he rushes Yugao. Kakashi and Asuma go to east but are attacked by hundreds of clones. Guess it won't be easy, said Asuma, getting his trench knives ready. Asuma rushes the first clone but explode in his face, forcing him to use substitution. Clever, he is keeping us off balance, thought Asuma. Kakashi was forced to use the Sharingan to avoid the clone's attacks as he sent electrical charges at the clone, destroying some of them. Hidden mist jutsu, said a clone as he shrouded the field in a thick mist. Kakashi was back to back with Asuma as the mist shrouded the clone from view. At least he can't see us either, said the copy ninja. Is that right, Kakashi of the Sharingan, said Naruto. Asuma should know for his encounter with Itachi that I have master blind fighting by sensing your chakra and your heartbeat through the mist. Kakashi spins around and grabs a pair of wrists. One word, said Naruto. Boom. Kakashi kicks him away as it explodes. Naruto is way past our level, said Kakashi as he and Asuma have burn on their clothing. Yugao was engaged with Naruto in a brutal kenjutsu battle. Naruto smiled as he jumped down on the former Anbu and slammed his katana into her sword, snapping it in half. How? Wind Chaka, said Naruto. Good night, Yugao-chan. Naruto reappears behind her and knocks her out. The other clones appear with a knocked out Kakashi and Asuma. Looks like I win, said Naruto. Well done, Naruto, said Tsunade. I think it is appropriate to promote you to Sannin since Orochimaru is no longer a Konoha ninja, said Tsunade. I accept, said Naruto. What do you want to be called? Asked Tsunade. I think the term element sage, said Naruto. I guess it is because you have an affinity for all element. Asked Tsunade. Naruto laughs. That and the sub-elements, said Naruto. Have a few days off and we'll get you a new mission, said Tsunade. Hi Hokage-sama, said Naruto. Naruto was walking down a street when he was approached by Sakura. May I help you, Sakura? Asked Naruto. I want Sasuke-kun released now. You will use your connection with the Hokage to release him, she demanded. No, said Naruto as he starts to walk past her. Growling, she grabs a kunai. You might want to reconsider, Chunin. Attacking a superior ranked ninja is punishable by removal from the force, said Naruto. Die, you demon, yelled Sakura, only to be restrained by Kakashi. Let me go, Hatake, said Sakura. Sorry about your former teammate's ult. Do you want to press charges? Said Kakashi. She is no longer a shinboy, said Tsunade as she appears next to Sakura. I gave a chance to change but you threw it away. Tsunade took Sakura away in a shunshin. Naruto, why don't get some food, said Kakashi. I have jutsu that might help you become a lot stronger. I guess I can use the company, said Naruto. He walks away and gets to the dango stand. The two sit at a table and order. So Naruto, started Kakashi. The jutsu is a water slye. It was used the second Hokage. It is water-style ocean of the damned, said Kakashi. Thank you Kakashi. So how is the non-sensei life treating you? Asked Naruto. It is good but I wish I was more of a sensei to you than I was. I have yet to forgive myself and I am sure your mother would have a field day with me, said Kakashi. What was she like? Asked Naruto. She was a beautiful woman and kind off the battlefield but ruthless on it. She always protected her comrades, said Kakashi. I believe you should ask her Genin squad. Asuma, Kurenai-chan and Yugao-chan. Asked Naruto. That is correct, said Kakashi. Kakashi looks at Naruto. So have you asked Kurenai out yet? Asked the copy ninja. Shut up, said Naruto with a blush. Kakashi laugh. That was funny how embered you got, said the Junin. I have to go but here is the money for the food. Thank you sir, said waiter as he gives Naruto the recipe. Already paid, said Naruto. You were too slow. You win this battle but the war is not over, said Kakashi dramatically. I will pay next time. Naruto smiles. That is fine. It's the thought that counts, said Naruto. The two head their separate way. Naruto got to his apartment and got the living area. Walking past the gym he made after buying the building. He flopped on his bed and went to sleep. Naruto woke up and was greeted by Yugao in Anbu gear. Naruto-san, you are to head the Hokage office, she said. Thank Neko, said Naruto. Naruto heads to the office and see Kurenai there along with a female with a stone headband. I am sending you both on a mission S rank, said Tsunade. What is the mission? Asked Naruto. Tsuchikage granddaughter has been sent to negotiate a peace treaty with Konoha, said Tsunade. You are to escort her back to her village, said Tsunade. Naruto nods his head. Hokage-sama, is this wise? Asked Kurenai. If you are talking about his father, we don't hold a grudge against the man or his son. Naruto saved the old man life during his trip with Jiraiya, said the stone Junin. I noticed a battle near the border and saw Onoki-san getting attacked by some Rouge Mist ninja. Many were killed already but he was already tired and was about to get struck down. I slammed a Rasengan into the ninja. Me the old man made temporary team up and we took out the rest, said Naruto. Kurenai looks amazed. Why do you think we made an alliance with Konoha? Said the female Junin. You got your mission. You are to head out, said Tsunade. Hi. They shouted and disappear in a shunshin. The three ninja exited the village. So Kuretsuchi, how is the old man doing? Asked Naruto. Kurenai clocked him in the head. Please show some respect, she said. Actually, Naruto is the only one other than myself who can say that to his face, said the female Junin. Naruto grins. Don't be Naruto-kun, said Kurenai. In a base hidden in Rain Village, the members of Akatsuki were in attendance. The nine-tailed Jinchuriki is on the move with the granddaughter of the Tsuchikage and Kurenai, said a man with purple eye of the Rinnegan. Deidara and Sasori, I want you to attack them. Kill all the Junin and bring me the Kyuubi. Yes, Pain-sama, said a blonde-haired man. The three were nearing the border when they were knocked back by an explosion. Well, if it isn't Kuretsuchi, said voice. Flying overhead on a white bird was a blonde-haired man. Now to show you my art, said the man. Deidara, said the stone Junin. What do you want here? I want the Kyuubi, said the gender-confused ninja. Naruto glares at him. Over my dead body, said Naruto. You are not taking him anywhere, said Kurenai. He saved my grandfather, now I will protect him, said Kuretsuchi. There is usually two of you in a group, where is your partner? Asked Naruto. He is around, said Deidara. Naruto dodges a tail of metal and sees a hunched-over man. Deidara, you are taking too long, said a deep voice. Sasori-senpai, said Deidara. I was saving you some action, said Deidara. Naruto eyes both ninjas. Can you to handle the hunchback? Asked Naruto. You can't take one of them on your own? Asked Kurenai. Naruto smiles. Trust me, Kurenai-chan. By the end of the day, one of the member will die, said Naruto. He can handle Deidara, said Kuretsuchi. Let us handle his partner. Naruto levitates. You lose your aerial advantage, said Naruto as he flies toward the blonde-haired rock ninja. Deidara grabs some clay and it takes form of 5 birds and he throws them at Naruto. Water style. Water wall, said Naruto as he blocks the attack with a wall of water made from the atmosphere. Naruto flies past as and send a kick to Deidara, knocking him off the bird. Thinking quickly, he forms another one. You will have to do better than that, said Deidara. Naruto glares at his enemy. Fire style. Great fireball jutsu, said Naruto as he blow a ball of fire at the ninja bigger than his body. Shadow clone jutsu. 5 clone are formed in the rush the Deidara and grab him and slam him on the ground. Naruto sees the body turns to clay and explodes, taking out his clones. Clay clone, thought Naruto. Deidara appears from underground huffing. He was not to be this strong, said Deidara. I will destroy you with my ultimate art. Eating a lot of his clay, his body expands. Naruto uses Hiraishin to teleport to the body and teleport away to the ocean and flash back to the battlefield. In the distance you see a MIV explosion. Rushing to the other battle, he hopes to make it on time. Kurenai and Kuretsuchi was dodging the projectile launched from the hunched mon's mouth. I see it is puppet armor, said Kuretsuchi. Lava style. Laval ball jutsu. Spitting out a ball of hot lava at the puppet. He jumps over it. Your luck, I am ordered to fall back, said Sasori as he disappears in a sand shunshin. Naruto got them and saw them in good health. I guess he fled, said Naruto. How about Deidara? Asked Kuretsuchi. He committed suicide by explosion, said Naruto. The 3 head into the land of Earth. In the Akatsuki's base, Pain was pissed. Deidara is dead, he said. The Kyuubi is more of a threat than we thought, said the leader. So the little brat is stronger than he was last time you faced him, Itachi, said Kisame. Itachi look on with no emotion. Itachi, Kisame, I want you to capture the 4 tails, said Pain. Yes, Pain-sama, they said. The 3 were recovering from their battle. We have to get moving, said Naruto as he get up. The other 2 went next to him. As far as we know, they could send more ninja after us. They head closer to the rock village. So Naruto, I am sure my grandfather would love to have you visit sometime, said Kuretsuchi. I guess we can stop for a bit, said Naruto. It would be good to see the old man again. In Stone Village, a short man was doing paperwork. Lord Tsuchikage, said a chunin. What is it? Asked the old man. Your granddaughter is on her way with the Konoha ninja, he said. I want an escort to bring them here, said Onoki. Naruto and the Kunochis got to the border. Naruto, said Kuretsuchi. I was wondering, my grandfather told me you used lava release, Kuretsuchi inquired. Yes, I used to save Onoki, said Naruto. Why? I have a jutsu that might help you, said Kuretsuchi. Why do you want to teach me a jutsu? Aren't we from different villages? Asked Naruto. We owe you for saving my grandfather, said Kuretsuchi. Alright, I guess I can learn a few things, said Naruto. It is known as lava style, lava wall. It is as strong as a single Rashomon jutsu, said the stone Junin. Here are the seals. She shows Naruto the seals with Naruto nodding his head. Let me try, said Naruto flipping through seals. Lava style. Lava wall, said Naruto as he spits out a small wall. Not good enough. That was a good first attempted, said Kuretsuchi. Keep practicing. Near a hut, a red-haired and bearded man was sitting on the ground when Itachi and Kisame appeared. Roshi of the 4 tails, we need you to come with us, said Itachi. And if I refuse? Asked the elder man getting up. I would rather you not, said Itachi. Well, too bad, said Roshi. Well, it seems we get to fight, said Kisame. Roshi flipped through hand seal. Laval style. Multi-lava ball jutsu, he said, shooting red liquid balls at Kisame. Water style. Water wall, said Kisame as a wall of water appears. Well, this is getting exciting. Roshi growls as goes for taijutsu as he sends a punch to Kisame, knocking him back. Taking out his samahata, Kisame swings it and absorbed the chakra Roshi was forming. Samahata love-tailed beast chakra, said Kisame. Roshi starts to have chakra take form with a tail forming out. Until he looks like a miniature four tails. Fire style. Fireball jutsu, said Roshi, blowing out fireballs. Roshi looked as his attack did, noting as it was absorbed by Kisame. Damn, thought Roshi. Roshi looks around. Where is your partner? Asked Roshi. He dodges a punch to his chin at the last minute as Itachi comes from underground. These guys are dangerous, said Roshi. The three Shinboi heard the sound of battle. There is a fight going on, said Kuretsuchi as they rush to the sounds of fighting and see Roshi getting knocked back. Roshi, said Kuretsuchi. Well, Itachi, your target is here, said Kisame as he see Naruto. The black-haired Uchiha looks at Naruto. Naruto, come with us, said Itachi. Naruto glared at the Uchiha. No, said Naruto, going through hand seal. Fire style. Fireball jutsu. Naruto blows out a ball of fire at the Uchiha, who dodges it. You have gotten better, said Itachi. Kisame, we're leaving. Right, Itachi, said Kisame as he too leave the battlefield, leaving an injured Roshi behind. They finally get to the village and are met with an escort. Namikaze-san, please come with us, said an Anbu. The group gets to the tower. Lord Tsuchikage will like to talk to you, Namikaze, said the Anbu. Sure, said Naruto as he is escorted to the Tsuchikage office. Hey old man. How are you, Gaki? Asked an old man. I am good, Tsuchikage Dono, said Naruto. The man frowned. I have a request to make, he said. I would like you to marry my granddaughter. I am sorry, Tsuchikage, I am involved, said Naruto. I will drop it due to your loyalty, said Onoki. But since you the last of your clan, at least consider it. I shall think it over, said Naruto. By your leave, Tsuchikage Dono. Naruto was in a room provided by Onoki with Kurenai. Kurenai, can I opinion on a matter? Asked Naruto. What is it? Asked Kurenai. Onoki want to solidify the alliance with marriage to his granddaughter, said Naruto. I will go with what want to do. I will think it over tonight. What is your opinion? Asked Kurenai. I feel like I would betraying you if I did not ask, said Naruto. I appreciate considering my feeling, said Kurenai. I will tell you tomorrow. Very well, said Naruto. The two go to bed. Kurenai wakes up. I thought about it and I think having another female around will do us some good, said Kurenai. I will give you my support. Are you sure? Asked Naruto. Yeah, you deserve as much love as possible, said Kurenai. You are definition of determination despite being given a bad hand. Thank you, Kurenai-chan, said Naruto. Naruto heads to the cage tower and sees Onoki at his desk. I have made my decision. I will be honored to take you granddaughter hand in marriage. Very well. I have signed the treaty and an alliance will be made with Konoha, said Onoki. Thank you, Onoki Dono, said Naruto. I get to Konoha with due haste. Thank you, Naruto, said Onoki. Take another day to relax and you can leave in the morning. Naruto was walking with Kurenai after his meeting. The civilians waved to him. You seem popular, said Kurenai. I thought they would be weary of Konoha ninja. Onoki Dono must have told them about the treaty, said Naruto. The two walked to the hotel. Later, Naruto was lying in bed when Kurenai walks in with a reveling night dress. Looking down, Kurenai is pleased by Naruto's response. You like what you see? Asked Kurenai. If I say yes, do I get a reward? Asked Naruto. Kurenai licks her lips. Maybe, she said as she pulls down his boxers, revealing a 9-inch. Kurenai-chan, said Naruto. I am claiming my territory, said Kurenai as she takes the in her mouth, bombing her head up and down, causing Naruto to moan. Time to show who wearing the pant this relationship, said Naruto. Grabbing Kurenai head, he forces her to deep throat him. Kurenai was surprised but pleased because she loves her man to take charge. Naruto-kun, she mumbles with Naruto in her mouth. Don't talk, said Naruto as he explodes his load in her mouth. Swallow and tell how it tasted. Kurenai does as told and comes up for air. It was good, Naruto-sama, she said. Naruto turns her around. You have been a bad slave and needs to be punished, said Naruto. Shadow's clone jutsu, said Naruto as a clone is formed and goes in front. Naruto-sama, show this not slave some mercy, Kurenai whimpered, secretly enjoying this. Silence, slave, said Naruto, slapping her right cheek. She yelp and the clone puts his in her mouth when she yelps. I will pound you dirty hole and you will enjoy it. Yes, Naruto-sama, said Kurenai as Naruto penetrate her, making her cry from the pain and joy as well. A few hours later, the clone and the original came for the 4th time. I want my baby in you, said Naruto. I would love to use seed in me, master. Pound me till I can't walk, said Kurenai. Naruto grabs her hair hard but not enough to hurt her too bad. Enjoy, said Naruto as enter her and her. You're tight, slave. Are you a virgin? Yes, master, said Kurenai as Naruto seed enter her baby making area. She pays out and Naruto cover her body with a blanket. Good night, my angle, said Naruto, kissing her on the lips. End. Next day the two were at the gates to head back to Konoha. Onoki and his granddaughter was there. I hope to Tsunade Dono at the exams, said the stone leader. Of course, said Naruto. Thank you for your hospitality. The two left and headed to their village. Getting there, they give their report and are given time off. The 3 ninja exited the village. So Kuretsuchi, how is the old man doing? Asked Naruto. Kurenai clock him in the head. Please show some respect, she said. Actually, Naruto is the only one other than myself who can say that to his face, said the female Junin. Naruto grins. Don't be Naruto-kun, said Kurenai. In a base hidden in Rain Village, the members of Akatsuki were in attendance. The 9-tailed Jinchuriki is on the move with the granddaughter of the Tsuchikage and Kurenai, said a man with purple eye of the Rinnegan. Deidara and Sasori, I want you to attack them. Kill all the Junin and bring me the Kyuubi. Yes, Pain-sama, said a blonde-haired man. The 3 were nearing the border when they were knocked back by an explosion. Well, if it isn't Kuretsuchi, said voice. Flying overhead on a white bird was a blonde-haired man. Now to show you my art, said the man. Deidara, said the stone Junin. What do you want here? I want the Kyuubi, said the gender-confused ninja. Naruto glares at him. Over my dead body, said Naruto. You are not taking him anywhere, said Kurenai. He saved my grandfather, now I will protect him, said Kuretsuchi. There is usually 2 of you in a group, where is your partner? Asked Naruto. He is around, said Deidara. Naruto dodges a tail of metal and sees a hunched-over man. Deidara, you are taking too long, said a deep voice. Sasori-senpai, said Deidara. I was saving you some action, said Deidara. Naruto eyes both ninjas. Can you handle the hunchback? Asked Naruto. You can't take one of them on your own? Asked Kurenai. Naruto smiles. Trust me, Kurenai-chan. By the end of the day one of them member will die, said Naruto. He can handle Deidara, said Kuretsuchi. Let us handle his partner. Naruto levitates. You lose your aerial advantage, said Naruto as he flies toward the blonde-haired rock ninja. Deidara grabs some clay and it takes form of 5 birds and he throws them at Naruto. Water style. Water wall, said Naruto as he blocks the attack with a wall of water made from the atmosphere. Naruto flies past as and send a kick to Deidara, knocking him off the bird. Thinking quickly, he forms another one. You will have to do better than that, said Deidara. Naruto glares at his enemy. Fire style. Great fireball jutsu, said Naruto as he blow a ball of fire at the ninja bigger than his body. Shadow clone jutsu. 5 clone are formed in the rush the Deidara and grab him and slam him on the ground. Naruto sees the body turns to clay and explodes, taking out his clones. Clay clone, thought Naruto. Deidara appears from underground huffing. He was not to be this strong, said Deidara. I will destroy you with my ultimate art. Eating a lot of his clay, his body expands. Naruto uses Hiraishin to teleport to the body and teleport away to the ocean and flash back to the battlefield. In the distance you see a MIV explosion. Rushing to the other battle, he hopes to make it on time. Kurenai and Kuretsuchi was dodging the projectile launched from the hunched mon's mouth. I see it is puppet armor, said Kuretsuchi. Lava style. Laval ball jutsu. Spitting out a ball of hot lava at the puppet. He jumps over it. Your luck, I am ordered to fall back, said Sasori as he disappears in a sand shunshin. Naruto got them and saw them in good health. I guess he fled, said Naruto. How about Deidara? Asked Kuretsuchi. He committed suicide by explosion, said Naruto. The three head into the land of Earth. In the Akatsuki's base, Pain was pissed. Deidara is dead, he said. The Kyuubi is more of a threat than we thought, said the leader. So the little brat is stronger than he was last time you faced him, Itachi, said Kisame. Itachi looked on with no emotion. Itachi, Kisame, I want you to capture the 4 tails, said Pain. Yes, Pain-sama, they said. The 3 were recovering from their battle. We have to get moving, said Naruto as he get up. The other 2 went next to him. As far as we know, they could send more ninja after us. They head closer to the rock village. So Naruto, I am sure my grandfather would love to have you visit sometime, said Kuretsuchi. I guess we can stop for a bit, said Naruto. It would be good to see the old man again. In Stone Village, a short man was doing paperwork. Lord Tsuchikage, said a chunin. What is it? Asked the old man. Your granddaughter is on her way with the Konoha ninja, he said. I want an escort to bring them here, said Onoki. Naruto and the Kunochis got to the border. Naruto, said Kuretsuchi. I was wondering, my grandfather told me you used lava release, Kuretsuchi inquired. Yes, I used to save Onoki, said Naruto. Why? I have a jutsu that might help you, said Kuretsuchi. Why do you want to teach me a jutsu? Aren't we from different villages? Asked Naruto. We owe you for saving my grandfather, said Kuretsuchi. Alright, I guess I can learn a few things, said Naruto. It is known as lava style, lava wall. It is as strong as a single Rashomon jutsu, said the stone Junin. Here are the seals. She shows Naruto the seals with Naruto nodding his head. Let me try, said Naruto flipping through seals. Lava style. Lava wall, said Naruto as he spits out a small wall. Not good enough. That was a good first attempted, said Kuretsuchi. Keep practicing. Near a hut, a red-haired and bearded man was sitting on the ground when Itachi and Kisame appeared. Roshi of the 4 tails, we need you to come with us, said Itachi. And if I refuse? Asked the elder man getting up. I would rather you not, said Itachi. Well, too bad, said Roshi. Well, it seems we get to fight, said Kisame. Roshi flipped through hand seal. Laval style. Multi-lava ball jutsu, he said, shooting red liquid balls at Kisame. Water style. Water wall, said Kisame as a wall of water appears. Well, this is getting exciting. Roshi growls as goes for taijutsu as he sends a punch to Kisame, knocking him back. Taking out his samahata, Kisame swings it and absorbed the chakra Roshi was forming. Samahata love-tailed beast chakra, said Kisame. Roshi starts to have chakra take form with a tail forming out. Until he looks like a miniature 4 tails. Fire style. Fireball jutsu, said Roshi, blowing out fireballs. Roshi looked as his attack did, noting as it was absorbed by Kisame. Damn, thought Roshi. Roshi looks around. Where is your partner? Asked Roshi. He dodges a punch to his chin at the last minute as Itachi comes from underground. These guys are dangerous, said Roshi. The three Shinboi heard the sound of battle. There is a fight going on, said Kuretsuchi as they rushed to the sounds of fighting and see Roshi getting knocked back. Roshi, said Kuretsuchi. Well, Itachi, your target is here, said Kisame as he see Naruto. The black-haired Uchiha looks at Naruto. Naruto, come with us, said Itachi. Naruto glared at the Uchiha. No, said Naruto, going through hand seal. Fire style. Fireball jutsu. Naruto blows out a ball of fire at the Uchiha who dodges it. You have gotten better, said Itachi. Kisame, we're leaving. Right, Itachi, said Kisame as he too leave the battlefield, leaving an injured Roshi behind. They finally get to the village and are met with an escort. Namikaze-san, please come with us, said an Anbu. The group gets to the tower. Lord Tsuchikage will like to talk to you, Namikaze, said the Anbu. Sure, said Naruto as he is escorted to the Tsuchikage office. Hey old man. How are you, Gaki? Asked an old man. I am good, Tsuchikage Dono, said Naruto. The man frowned. I have a request to make, he said. I would like you to marry my granddaughter. I am sorry, Tsuchikage, I am involved, said Naruto. I will drop it due to your loyalty, said Onoki. But since you the last of your clan, at least consider it. I shall think it over, said Naruto. By your leave, Tsuchikage Dono. Naruto was in a room provided by Onoki with Kurenai. Kurenai, can I opinion on a matter? Asked Naruto. What is it? Asked Kurenai. Onoki want to solidify the alliance with marriage to his granddaughter, said Naruto. I will go with what want to do. I will think it over tonight. What is you opinion? Asked Kurenai. I feel like I would betraying you if I did not ask, said Naruto. I appreciate considering my feeling, said Kurenai. I will tell you tomorrow. Very well, said Naruto. The two go to bed. Kurenai wakes up. I thought about it and I think having another female around will do us some good, said Kurenai. I will give you my support. Are you sure? Asked Naruto. Yeah, you deserve as much love as possible, said Kurenai. You are definition of determination despite being given a bad hand. Thank you, Kurenai-chan, said Naruto. Naruto heads to the cage tower and sees Onoki at his desk. I have made my decision. I will be honored to take you granddaughter hand in marriage. Very well. I have signed the treaty and an alliance will be made with Konoha, said Onoki. Thank you, Onoki Dono, said Naruto. I get to Konoha with due haste. Thank you, Naruto, said Onoki. Take another day to relax and you can leave in the morning. Naruto was walking with Kurenai after his meeting. The civilians waved to him. You seem popular, said Kurenai. I thought they would be weary of Konoha ninja. Onoki Dono must have told them about the treaty, said Naruto. The two walked to the hotel. Later, Naruto was lying in bed when Kurenai walks in with a revealing night dress. Looking down, Kurenai is pleased by Naruto's response. You like what you see? Asked Kurenai. If I say yes, do I get a reward? Asked Naruto. Kurenai licks her lips. Maybe, she said as she pulls down his boxers revealing a 9-inch. Kurenai-chan, said Naruto. I am claiming my territory, said Kurenai as she takes the in her mouth. Bombing her head up and down, causing Naruto to moan. Time to show who wearing the pant this relationship, said Naruto. Grabbing Kurenai head, he forces her to deep throat him. Kurenai was surprised but pleased because she loves her man to take charge. Naruto-kun, she mumbles with Naruto in her mouth. Don't talk, said Naruto as he explodes his load in her mouth. Swallow and tell how it tasted. Kurenai does as told and comes up for air. It was good, Naruto-sama, she said. Naruto turns her around. You have been a bad slave and needs to be punished, said Naruto. Shadow's clone jutsu, said Naruto as a clone is formed and goes in front. Naruto-sama show this not slave some mercy, Kurenai whimpered secretly enjoying this. Silence slave, said Naruto slapping her right cheek. She yelp and the clone puts his in her mouth when she yelps. I will pound you dirty hole and you will enjoy it. Yes Naruto-sama, said Kurenai as Naruto penetrate her making her cry from the pain and joy as well. A few hours later the clone and the original came for the 4th time. I want my baby in you, said Naruto. I would love to use seed in me master. Pound me till I can't walk, said Kurenai. Naruto grabs her hair hard but not enough to hurt her too bad. Enjoy, said Naruto as enter her and her. You're tight slave. Are you a virgin? Yes master, said Kurenai as Naruto seed enter her baby making area. She pays out and Naruto cover her body with a blanket. Good night my angle, said Naruto kissing her on the lips. End. Next day the two were at the gates to head back to Konoha. Onoki and his granddaughter was there. I hope to Tsunade Dono at the exams, said the stone leader. Of course, said Naruto. Thank you for your hospitality. The two left and headed to their village. Getting there they give their report and are given time off. Into mist. Naruto in a field with his team. All right you have all done well, said the blonde. Remember we can all improve. Yes sensei, they said. Let us get a mission, said Naruto. In the Hokage Tower Team Naruto was standing in front of Tsunade. Team 1 ready for a mission, said Naruto. All right, said Tsunade. Your team has done wonderfully in all mission. Oh lord we only have Ketch Tora. I guess that is all you have? Asked Naruto. Can I take AC rank they have earned it? They meet the requirement about 2 weeks ago for AC rank, said Tsunade. I have a mission near the land of water. Aren't they involved in a civil war? Asked Naruto. You will be on the border there should be no problem, said Tsunade. It is a mercy mission to the border. And the Mizukage will let us deliver supplies. Asked Naruto. What is it we are delivering? Medicine. That is correct, said Tsunade. I do realize the risks so if you run into shinobi it will upgraded. We will take it, said Naruto as he is handed a scroll with the supplies. Meet at the gate in 3 hours on the dot. Hi, said the genin. The team heads out of the gate. Be on your guard, said Naruto. I have a bad feeling about this mission. Getting to the ocean they hop on a boat and cross the river. The ship was a metallic beast with room and electric propeller. Each of you, take a room. I will talk to the captain, said Naruto. It was night time when Naruto who was meditating sensed someone board the ship. Heading out of his room is shocked to see a ninja with the mist headband board the ship. Who are you? Asked Naruto. I am one of the generals of the Mizukage, said the one with blue hair. Leave now Konoha ninja. Naruto looks around. I have mission to bring supplies to the civilians, I will not turn back, said Naruto. Hidden mist jutsu, said the ninja. Sensei, shouted Kaoru as the genin run in. Sagara charges a ninja and punches him in the face only for it to burst into water. Water clone, said Naruto. Protect the ship, said Naruto. Kenshin sees a ninja charges him. Sidestepping the sword, Kenshin turns a full 180 degree and slams his sword into the man only for him to turn to water. Damn, said Kenshin as he blocks a sword strike. Kaoru was cutting clone after clone with a wind-powered sword slash from her bakken. They just keep coming, she thought. Naruto was clashing his sword with the ninja's sword. Water style. Water shock wave, said Naruto going through one-handed seals. The attack hits the ninja sending him to the bow of the boat. Seeing no other choice the mist ninja flee. The trip was uneventful after the little skirmish. Getting on land team Naruto heads to the border town. They get there and see several guards watching them. They get to the mayor. I am Naruto Namikaze here to deliver supplies to you town, said Naruto. I appreciate the quick response, said the man. I wish I can house you, but the Yondaime Mizukage is sending ninja to wipe out this village. Naruto goes through hand seal. Let me talk to my team and see if they want help, you guys, said Naruto. Naruto walks back to his team. Did you get that? Asked Naruto. Needless bloodshed should not be allowed, that it should not, said Kenshin. I vote we at least form a plan to hold the town. Kaoru nods her head. We have to help, but we need reinforcement, said Kaoru. I say show these mist how to keep the people safe, said Sagara, punching his hand with his fist. Very well, said Naruto. You three follow my orders to a T. Heading back to the mayor, Naruto smiles. Do you have any troop that can fight? Said Naruto. The bloodline rebels are on their way, but it will take 2 days for them to come, said the man. I create a wall for the defense, said Naruto. Next, you militia has archer, correct? That correct, said the mayor. Naruto goes a few feet from the town and goes through hand seal. Wood style, wood barricade, said Naruto as tree appears and form a wall with a gate. That should keep the town safe for a short while. Get you archer to the wall and have them armed, said Naruto. We have to wait for the rebel to east us. The town was on full alert and was getting ready for the battle as the defense Naruto formed prevented any approach from the front. An easy task in the river behind formed a power defense of water. Distance: the army of the Mizukage approaches 30,000 men strong. Fire, said Naruto as the archers unleash a volley of arrows on the Mizukage forces. The ninja start to go through hand seal. Water style. Water dragon missile, shouted the first line as several water projectiles hit the wall causing some leaks. Naruto quickly patches it up with his wood release. They shall not protect your family and comrades, shouted Naruto as he fires several lightning bolts at the approaching army, killing many. The Mizukage forces were halted as the victory that was certain left their grasp. The ninja in charge of the operation pulled out a katana. Charge, shouted the man as his army cheers the barricades. Many ninjas fell as they reached the wall. Some were killed by exploding tags that detonated when they stepped on them. The gate opened and the forces of the town led by Kenshin rushes the ninja. It was pandemonium among the Mist Village forces. Kenshin slashes a ninja and cuts his way to the commander. Jumping on the commander, the man turns his head and blocks Kenshin attack with his sword. Never thought I face a user of that style, said the commander. My name is Jinny Udo and you young hidden Mitsurugi fighter. Kenshin Himura, said the red-haired genin. I challenge you to a duel. Very well, said the man as he rushes the genin. Staring the genin, Kenshin is suddenly unable to move. I was accepting a challenge. The man rushes Kenshin, who manages to block the attack. I have heard that attack, said Kenshin. Shin no Ippo. Kenshin breaks out and blocks the slashes his enemy. The battle continues as the commander goes to slash Kenshin at his neck but misses and is hit in the side by the sheath. Naruto went through hand seal and drowned many enemies with a water dragon missile. Get him, shouted a mist ninja. The army of ninja charges Naruto. Almighty push, said Naruto as the army is flung back. Naruto goes through hand seals when he hears whistling. All units fall back, shouted the commander as the enemy flees. Did we win? Asked the mayor. For now, said Naruto. The casualties in the battle was no defender were injured, over 300 Mist Village ninja were killed. Naruto saw a contingency of troops approach. Getting on the wall, he sees the scratched out headbands of the ninja. I see, they must be the rebel, thought Naruto. The mayor nods his head. That is the rebel army, said the mayor. Naruto was in a meeting with the rebel army leader, who was a red-haired female named Mei. I must thank you for protecting the town, said the leader. I saw the state of the people and I could not sit idly by, said Naruto. Is this the whole army? A third, said Mei. I see they erected a wall. I have wood style, so I made it to make the village easier to defend, said Naruto. I have a feeling the Mizukage will come himself. We better prepare, said Mei. This is my genin team of Kenshin, Kaoru and Sagara, said Naruto. Well, it is a pleasure to meet you, said Mei. In a camp, a young-looking man with a staff and blue robes was at a table. His commander walks in. Lord Mizukage, said the man. Did you take the town and kill the bloodline scum? Asked the Mizukage. We were repelled, Lord Mizukage, said the commander. They had outside help. I see, said the Mizukage. Mobilize all troops and prepare to attack in force. Yes, Lord Mizukage, said the commander. The Mizukage shakes his head as he feels a little dizzy. You all right, sir? Yes, just a little dizziness, said the Mizukage. Naruto was with Mei and the other rebel leaders. If the Mizukage does join the battle, I will engage him with Mei's help, said Naruto. The commander will be given a unit to commander and my genin will help with supplies and rear defense, said Naruto. Hokage-sama has replied and will send a squad of Anbu and Junin to help. Alright, said Mei. I want ever commander to take these kunai and if they are about to be overrun throw it on the ground, said Naruto as he shows the tri-pronged kunai causing murmurs to erupt. You have mastered the Yondaime jutsu? Asked a commander. I will not be the one aiding you but my shadow clones, said Naruto. Got it. Where should the battle be? Asked a man with a patch over his eyes. In the forest outside the town, said Naruto as he shows the map. 2 divisions will be stationed there for ambush. The others will be stationed around the town. Naruto will be the overall commander, said Mei as she relinquishes her command. May you kept this army together and your presence will keep it together, said Naruto. I will take over Konoha Ninja, you command UN ninjas. A man runs up. The Mizukage is approaching, said the ninja. All men to battle, said Mei. The Mizukage was with a protection detail as his army numbering in the tens of thousands. They enter the forest unaware of the ninja ready to spring the ambush. Water style. Water shock wave, shouted the ninjas as the forest is drowned in water. The inexperienced shinobi are killed as the Mizukage waves his hook staff blowing the water away. Attack the rebel, said the Mizukage as his forces charged the town. The battle had begun as the rebels were using water jutsu to slow down the advance forces. Earth style. Mud wall, shouted Naruto as a wall of mud is erected. Hold the line. The Mizukage watches as his forces start to break through. Wood style. Wood wall, said Naruto as another wall appears of wood. Konoha has sent shinobi, said the Mizukage. He signals a withdraw. This battle is going nowhere. The battle had ended in a victory for the rebels. An Anbu with a Konoha headband appears. Uzumaki-san, said the female voice. I am the only Anbu they could spare and 4 Junin. Thank you, Neko. Better than nothing, said Naruto as the 4 Junin appear. Kurenai, Asuma, Guy and Genma, said Naruto as the 4 Junin appear. You have forced the Mizukage's forces to withdraw, said Asuma. We are all that could be spared. Let us head to the tent for the meeting, said Naruto. Getting to the command tent, they are introduced to the leadership. The first battle was successful, said Mei. Now is the time to strike. Me and Naruto will take care of the Mizukage, said Mei. The rest of the army will keep the Mizu force away from us. It is time for this war to end, said Mei. In the Mizukage tent, a ninja ran in. Sir, the rebel have been spotted, shouted the ninja. I see, said the Mizukage. Mobilize all forces. The first wave of the rebels attack the camp. The mist ninja retaliate. Naruto and Mei see the Mizukage and head to his located. So you have come to attack me, said the Mizukage. Your reign end today, said Mei as Naruto gets next to her. Water style. Water shock wave, said the Mizukage as Naruto goes through hand seal and forms an earth wall. The water crashes against the wall with Naruto rushing the Mizukage unsheathing his sword. The mist leader blocks it with his hook staff. Tell me, Konoha ninja, why join the rebels? Asked the Mizukage. You murdered innocent people and I will not stand idly by, said Naruto. Almighty push. The man is flung back by an invisible force. Getting back up, the Mizukage dodges a Laval ball shot from Mei. I guess I have no choice, said the Mizukage as a red chakra appears around him. I see a Jinchuriki, said Naruto as he goes through hand seal. Wood style. Viju supersession. Several wood tendrils launch against the transforming cage. The cage struggles for a moment until he is reverted back. Something is not right, said Naruto as he appears in front of the cage and enters his mindscape. He sees the wall decorated with Sharingan. So he is being controlled, thought the blonde. Using natural chakra, he destroys the influence of those accursed eyes. Naruto reappears outside and sees Mei there. What happened? Asked the red-haired female. Tell you with the other commanders, said Naruto. Naruto was with the other commander when he reported his finding. You are saying the Mizukage was controlled? Asked a general. That is correct, said Naruto. It was the Sharingan that placed him in a genjutsu. First we should pick a new Mizukage, said the general. I nominate Mei Terumi. The other general agreed as Mei was elected as the Mizukage. Naruto headed to the Mizukage cell with Mei. Seeing the man put his head down in shame. Why don't you have me executed for my crimes? Asked the guilt-stricken cage. I deserve as much. No, said Mei. You were not in control. Does it matter? Asked the man. All those people killed by me. Putting his hand to his face in sorrow. You will be imprisoned for a few years and will be forced to do no more than C-rank mission, said Mei. I see, said the man. Next day Mei stood on top of the cage tower, blue robes on her body. As Mizukage I shall protect this village with my life on the line. Naruto was standing next to Asuma as Kurenai and Yugao were chatting. Yugao, I know you have a crush on him, said Kurenai. Ask him, I am willing to share. I know he is part of the CRA, said Yugao. Thank you. Naruto was watching with his genin and Asuma when Yugao walked up to him. Can I talk to you? She asked. Sure, said Naruto as the two head away from the crowd. Naruto, I would like to go out with you on a date, she said. I have feeling for you. I have two already, said Naruto. Is that alright? Kurenai told me, said the purple-haired female. Back at Konoha I will take you out, said Naruto. See where it goes. Thank you, said Yugao. We are leaving for Konoha in 2 days, said Naruto. Alright, said Yugao. Naruto had just finished his report of the mission to Land of Water. Well, luckily you succeeded, said Suand. I am giving you and your team a week off. Thank you Hokage-sama, said Naruto. Heading out of the administrative building, Neko appears before Naruto. Pick you up at 7 at your place. Naruto was walking towards his apartment. After getting dressed he heads to Neko place. Knocking on the door, it opens, revealing the purple-haired female in a purple dress. Naruto stand there stunned. Wow, said Naruto. How do I look? Asked Yugao. Great, said Naruto. You don't look too bad yourself, said the female. Shall we? Asked Naruto as he holds out his arm and the female takes it. She loops it around. I did not make reservations, so we're going to have a picnic, said Naruto. The two gets to a clearing with a lake. Wow, said Yugao as she observes the scenery. Beautiful. In the Hokage Tower, Tsunade was watching the two with her crystal ball. Tsunade, are you spying on them? Asked Jiraiya as he appears. What if I am? Just want to make those will keep the peace, she said with a wink. I wish you had invited me, said the toad Sanin. Shut up you pervert and watch, said the female Hokage. Naruto was sitting on the blanket with Yugao was eating a sandwich. This is good Naruto-kun, said Yugao. Naruto smiles. Glad you like it, said the blonde. Music is heard as Yugao turns her head and sees several clone playing instruments. May I have this dance? Asked Naruto. I would love to, said the Anbu as she takes Naruto's hands and the two slow dance. You seem sad, said Naruto. I am just thinking of Hayate. I am wondering if I am tarnishing his memory, said Yugao. I see he was the proctor of the third exam. Asked Naruto. Listen to what your heart tells you. I see, said Yugao. I need time to think on it. Take as much time as you need, said Naruto. I will support you. Thank you, said Yugao. Next day Yugao was walking with Kurenai. So how was your date? Asked Kurenai. It was wonderful, said Yugao. He was such a gentleman. Details girl, said Kurenai. We sat under the moonlight and he brought a picnic basket with mouth-watering food, said Yugao. But I am hesitant due to Hayate-kun. Did you tell him? Asked Kurenai. Yeah, he said that I should follow my heart and he will support my decision, said Yugao. Naruto was walking down the street when he saw Kurenai and Yugao. Hey ladies, said Naruto. Hello Naruto-kun, said Kurenai. How are you? Good, said Naruto. And yourselves? Can't complain, said Kurenai. An Anbu appears. Uzumaki-san, Azuki-san and Yuhi-san. Hokage-sama has requested your presence, said the Anbu. We will be there, said Naruto as the three disappear. At the office Naruto noticed the mood was somber. You need to see us? Asked Naruto taking note of Ino, Choji and Shikamaru standing there. Asuma has died in battle, said Tsunade. Kurenai was weeping with Yugao. Naruto clenched his fist. Who? Asked Naruto. Akatsuki, said Tsunade. I am sorry for you lose, said Naruto to the former Team 10. I would like permission to hunt these bastards down. Denied, said Tsunade. We need to come up with a plan. As you wish Hokage-sama, said Naruto. Later at night Choji and Ino were at the gates with Shikamaru. Ready? Asked Shikamaru. What are you doing? Asked Tsunade as she appeared. Shikamaru, how do you intend to fight with a missing arm? I can do one-handed seals for my jutsu, said Shikamaru. We will avenge Asuma-sensei. I will not allow it, said Tsunade. You will die and Asuma's death will be in vain. Then how about a compromise? Asked a voice as Naruto appears. A squad has 4 members, does it not? Are you suggesting on leading them on this mission? Asked Tsunade. Why? I owe it to Asuma for his support and help. It is the least I can do, said Naruto. Tsunade sighs. I guess you will go regardless. Asked Tsunade. Team 10 will be under the command of Naruto Uzumaki. Orders. Asked Naruto. Bring them back dead or alive, said Tsunade. Team 10 move out, said Naruto as the 4 disappear into the forest. In a forest 2 men were walking. Kakazu, said one of the men. Where are we heading? Konoha, we have to capture the Kyuubi, said Kakazu. Shut up Hidan. What is that noise? Asked Kakazu. Exploding tags. Kakazu raises his arm and blocks it. What the hell? Said Hidan as his body is paralyzed. Kakazu falls down as Naruto is seen with his hand outstretched. You're next, said Naruto as he forms a Rasengan and rushes Hidan. Kakazu stand up and kicks Naruto back. One heart down, said Naruto. Hidan starts to move and rushes Kakazu. Can't control my body, said Hidan as Shikamaru is seen with his shadows connecting. Kakazu manages to free Hidan and the two face the Konoha ninjas. Careful, said Naruto. Kakazu has 4 hearts left so we have to kill him 4 more times. Naruto rushes the 2 followed by Shikamaru's shadows. Hidan jumps away with Kakazu dodging the shadows. Wind-style great vacuum, said Naruto blowing Kakazu away. Naruto dodges the triple-bladed scythe and then blocks it with his sword. Naruto is kicked away but dodges another attack and jumps on a branch. Naruto punches Hidan back and jumps down. Followed by Hidan. Hidan is frozen. Shadow possession a success, said Shikamaru. You let your guard down Hidan, said Kakazu. You Kakazu, shouted the foul-mouthed immortal. Shikamaru forces Hidan to drop his weapons leads him away. That boy is an excellent strategist. He would have had a high bounty that I could collect, said Kakazu. Too bad you sent him alone he will die. Naruto went through hand seal. Wind style. Double Rasengan, said Naruto as he throws two small Rasenshuriken at Kakazu, forcing him to dodge. Naruto closes his hands and it explodes, taking out another heart. Impressive, you managed to take out a second heart. Shikamaru got to a forest. You mother I will kill you, shouted Hidan. It is the end of the road for you, said Shikamaru. I might be a dumb, but even I know the weakness to Jujutsu, said Hidan. I have wait till your chakra runs out. It doesn't matter. You are in checkmate, said Shikamaru as his shadow dislodges itself. Die, said Hidan, rushing forward, cutting Shikamaru in cheek but tries to back up. Now you shall die, said Hidan as he makes a pentagram on the ground with the blood. Hidan's body starts to look black with his bones showing. Die, he shouted as he stabs himself. Naruto was just sent back by Kakazu. You fought well, Kyuubi Jinchuriki. Kakazu rushes Naruto but fall down as another heart is destroyed. Finally, said Naruto. What? Asked Kakazu. So Hidan used my blood, but how? When I took out first heart I gathered some blood, said Naruto. Hidan was on the ground impaled, laughing manically. The best pain ever, said Hidan as he stands up but is slashed on the neck with medium cut. How did you survive? Asked Hidan. The blood was not mine, said Shikamaru. It was your partner's. Fine, I will kill the old-fashioned way, said Hidan, rushing Shikamaru, who flicks a finger asn trip wires and snare Hidan with exploding tags. This is the end and your grave, said Shikamaru as the ground below Hidan is destroyed, revealing a huge hole. You had this set up before we fought? Asked Hidan. I will drag myself back and treat limb from limb. No you won't, said Shikamaru. This forest is my clan's ground. No one leave or enter without knowing. Jashin will smite thee, said Hidan. I don't fear you or your god. I believe in the will of fire, said Shikamaru as he takes out a Suma lighter. Checkmate. He lights up the flame and throws it. Naruto and the other member of Team 10 were starting to lose ground. To take out 3 of my hearts, said Kakazu. First time for everything. Naruto was breathing hard. Run interface. There is one jutsu I can use that will end this battle, said Naruto. Ino starts to throws kunai with Choji. You annoying bugs, said Kakazu as his arms launch themselves by black tendrils and grab Choji and Ino by the neck. The two start to grasp for airs. Universal pull, said Naruto, pulling the two out of Kakazu's grasp. 2 clones finish their attack, which is 2 Rasengan with wind. Wind-style Rasenshuriken barrage, shouted Naruto as they launch the 2 attacks at Kakazu, leaving a creator in the ground with a barely alive Kakazu. I only have 1 heart left, said Kakazu. I mold chakra. You might have fought the first and we might be whippersnapper, but as you are just an old man, said Naruto, slamming a Rasengan into Kakazu, killing him. Kakazu's body is sealed. The bounty will be collected on the bounty hunter, said Naruto. Ironic. The team heads back to Konoha and report to Tsunade. Mission accomplished, said Naruto. I have a request. Shikamaru walk forward. I would a wooden limb like they do in Suna, said Shikamaru. Is that possible? Suna should be willing and they have made so the limbs can use chakra, said Tsunade. What brought this on? Had I my other arm I might have been able to prevent Asuma from dying, said Shikamaru. I will contact them, said Tsunade. You will each get paid for AS rank mission and bounty to be split for Kakazu. Naruto was walking toward his apartment when he saw Yugao. I made my decision. I would love to be with you, said the female. If you will have me, I would be honored, said Naruto. To have you as my girlfriend and wife. The two kiss as they head to inside Naruto place for a night of love making. Naruto woke up the next morning and heard a pecking at the window. This early? Asked Naruto, getting up. He gets to the window and sees a messenger bird. Let's see. Naruto reads the letter and then puts it back. Getting his Junin uniform on, he flashes to the Hokage's tower. You called Hokage-sama? Asked Naruto as he sees his team there. Yes, I need you team to help find and capture Itachi Uchiha, said Suand. Do you accept? Very well, said Naruto. Will we get back up? I will send Team Guy to help you, said Tsunade. You are in charge. Very well, said Naruto as he and his team left. Naruto was jumping from tree to tree. Sensei, asked Kenshin, how are we going to find Itachi? Simple, offer him a bait he will not be able to refuse, said Naruto. He will attack me and then we will capture him. Back in the Hokage office, Tsunade was doing paperwork when she sighed. Why do you have a clone here, Naruto? We need to talk about Itachi and the real reason he murdered his clan, said Naruto. Alright, what do you know? Asked Suand. The Uchiha were planning a coup and Itachi was ordered to prevent that by the elders, said Naruto. So he was their executioner, said Suand. Why did he leave? The Uchiha would have been shamed by it and he wanted Sasuke bring glory to the clan and kill him as a villain with Sasuke being the hero, said Naruto. How do you know all this? Asked Suand. He told me when I confronted him after the massacre, said Naruto. There is also a code I can enact to bring him back. Naruto was on a tree when he saw Itachi walking by himself. Stay hidden, said Naruto through an earpiece. Sensei, said Kenshin. He knows already that he does. You are right, said Naruto. Where is his partner? You know you should come down, said Itachi. Naruto jumps down. Homecoming, said Naruto. So it is time, asked Itachi. This code is a challenge to have me come back. All you have to do is beat me. You don't have to, Itachi, shouted Naruto. I know of your sickness. It is not too late. It has not spread to your heart. You know the rule of that code word, stated Itachi. Come to the Uchiha hideout by yourself. 3 miles south. Itachi disappears in a burst of crows as Guy and his team appears. Naruto, where is Itachi? Asked Guy. I am going to face him alone, said Naruto. Take my team and head back to the Konoha. Naruto, are you crazy? Asked Guy. Guy, as your commanding officer, I order you to get back to Konoha, said Naruto. Hokage-sama will fill you in on the real reason that Itachi left. Guy growled. I hope you know what you are doing, said the green beast. Kenshin, Kaoru, Sagara, I want all of you to head back, said Naruto. The team disappears following Guy. Naruto disappears in a yellow flash and reappears at a worn-down building. Alright, let's do this, said Naruto as he enters and is greeted by a sitting Itachi. Glad you made, Naruto-kun, said Itachi. Itachi, please come home, said Naruto. You will die from your sickness if you fight. This fight is unavoidable, said Itachi as Naruto appears behind him, sword through his back. Very well then, said Naruto. Hope Genjutsu isn't all you can do. Naruto is back to back with Itachi as the one in front disappears. Impressive, Naruto-kun, said Itachi. However, Itachi has his tanto stabbed into Naruto's heart. Not bad indeed. In the hideout you see the two staring into each other as they both start to sweat and are propelled back. No wonder you were in Anbu, said Naruto. To force me into a draw with Genjutsu, said Itachi. You never showed proficiency in it, truly surprising. The two rush each other and engage in a vicious taijutsu battle. Blurring in and out of the battlefield from their speed. Itachi grabs Naruto punch but is forced to let go from the side. No wonder you are Junin at your age, said Itachi. You are truly skilled more than the majority of Junin. Naruto silently takes out a kunai and slash Itachi neck, hitting him, but the Uchiha disappears in a flock of crows. Damn, and he is not using his Sharingan, said Naruto. Back in Konoha, Guy was debriefing Tsunade. So he enacted the code, said Suand. Itachi actually saved Konoha from civil war. What? Asked Lee. Let me guess, the Uchiha were planning on taking over the leaf, said Neji. Am I warm? Dead on, said Suand. The three elder outvoted Sarutobi sensei and order Itachi to go ahead with the mission. Why is Naruto-kun fighting? Asked Guy. Simple. Itachi had one condition, and that is to fight Naruto when he used the word. That way he knows Naruto is strong enough to protect himself without Itachi interference with the Akatsuki. Naruto and Itachi were standing a few feet apart. Both have sustained torn clothing and some cuts and scrapes. A mate or so, said Itachi as he launches the black flames at Naruto. Going through seal. Naruto fire a flame dragon against the black flames, trying to push it back. Summoning all of the energy of his attack, Naruto dragon overtakes the black flames. Itachi starts to cough up blood. It is spreading faster than I thought, said Itachi to himself as his eyes bleed themselves. Itachi, stop this and yield, pleaded Naruto. Fire style. Fireball jutsu, said Itachi, blowing out a ball of fire at Naruto. Water style. Water wall, said Naruto, using the water molecules in the air to block the attack. Itachi rushes Naruto and goes for a punch but misses by hitting an afterimage. This will determine the winner of this battle, said Itachi. Even if you win, I will die due to the sickness. Itachi, stop, said Naruto. Susanoo, said Itachi as an orange figure appear behind the Uchiha. You must by ultimate defense to this battle. I guess I have no choice, said Naruto. His body starts to glows with yellow energy and his seal appears on his chest. I have never used this form before, Itachi, you should feel proud. Totsuka, will be your defeat, said Itachi as the figure draws his blade. Naruto, don't let that blade touch you, shouted Kyuubi. If it touches you, will not die but will be in a drunken stupor. Naruto jumps back as he barely avoids the blade. Itachi is not making this easy, thought Naruto. An idea on how break Susanoo. If you can drag him out, then you can attack him or used enough force to break it, said Kyuubi. I have no choice, said Naruto as small black orb is in his hand. Naruto, are you really going to use the tailed beast bomb? Shouted Kyuubi. Itachi charges, hoping to prevent that attack. So he has mastered Kyuubi's abilities, thought Itachi. I have one choice to prevent me from dying. Naruto launches the attack. Izanagi, said Itachi as the attack hit him, break his ultimate shield. The smoke clears and Itachi is standing, one eyes unusable. What, how did you? Asked Naruto. Use something else, Naruto-kun. To push me, Taiyo use the ultimate jutsu of the Sharingan, said Itachi. I can't fight any longer. I yield. Itachi fall down unconscious. Stubborn bastard, said Naruto as he seal in a stasis scroll to keep him alive. He start to walk away when some grabs his shoulder. Toby is impressed, said Goofy voice. Naruto turns around and sees a man with an orange mask and Akatsuki robe. Surrender, Kyuubi. The man voice turns dark. You are tired from the battle. Just surrender. Since you know me, you have me at a disadvantage, said Naruto calmly. I am Madara Uchiha and you are my prisoner, Kyuubi, said the man. A man of your skill does not need the tailed beasts, so why go after them? Asked Naruto. To bring peace to the world and enact the ultimate genjutsu Tsuki no Mi, said the man. You can fight me, but you will lose. After all, you depilated yourself in the fight with Itachi, said Kyuubi in Naruto mind. Kurama, what do you know? Asked Naruto. Jubi. He is planning on releasing the Jubi, shouted the Kyuubi. Flee, Naruto, you can't beat him. Outside, Naruto growled. I know what you are planning. I will not allow his resurrection. The Jubi, said Naruto. Kyuubi must have told you. But how are you going to escape? Asked Madara. The remaining members have this place surrounded. I never showed any of your members this jutsu, said Naruto as he disappears in a yellow. Well played, Namikaze, thought the man to himself. Naruto reappears in the office and kneels. Mission accomplished, Hokage-sama, said Naruto. Where is Itachi? Asked Suand. Naruto take out the scroll and throws it, revealing an awake Itachi. Healing stasis scroll, however he is blind. Well done, You have the month off from any C rank or above mission, said Tsunade. Thank you, said Naruto. I need to tell you some info with Junin and Council. I will arrange it, said Suand. Good job. Naruto was standing in front of the Shinobi Council explaining the latest development. I have talked to the Kyuubi and he said if the Jubi is revived it would take the might of the 5 villages to defeat it, said Naruto. Tsunade sighed. What do you recommend? Asked the female Hokage. We have a chance to stop it from even progressing, but for that we need other villages, said Naruto. Shikaku was cleared his throat. So you propose a diplomatic mission? Asked the Nara. Who would you try to go to first? Cloud Village, just because that is the one village we have no alliance with, said Naruto. I would like to take my team for this mission. Why do you want your team to go? Asked Inoichi. Experience in a diplomatic setting, said Naruto. If we succeed I would like to recommend them for Chunin. I will allow it and it will be an A-rank mission, said Tsunade. What about Itachi? I have an idea, said Hiashi. Why not place him with Uzumaki as a secondary sensei? That not a good idea, said Naruto. He is useless until he is recovered, then we need him give an eye so he will not hindered. What about that brat Sasuke? Asked Sum. We could, but Itachi should make that call, said Naruto. Naruto, you will head out with your team tomorrow. We will help Itachi, said Tsunade. Naruto got to his team training ground and saw them there. Alright team, we have been given an A-rank mission, said Naruto. It is diplomatic. We are to head to Cloud Village and negotiate a treaty with them. Sensei, how long is this mission? Asked Kenshin. Good question. I have been told for 2 months, said Naruto. We leave tomorrow, meet at the North Gate. Hi, said the Genin. In the Uchiha apartment building Itachi sensed an Anbu. Hokage-sama has requested your presence, said the Anbu. I shall head out immediately, said Itachi as he shunshined to the office. At the office Suand was working on paperwork when she sensed Itachi. Glad you came. The council has given their recommendation and with your permission they would like you to take Sasuke eyes, said Suand. Did you already take them? Asked Itachi. We took it after he tried to betray the village, said Suand. When is the procedure? Asked Itachi. Tomorrow, said Suand. You will be on bed rest for 2 weeks. I accept. I was hoping Sasuke would bring glory to the clan, but he has turned to the curse of hatred. Tomorrow head to the hospital for the operation, said Suand. Next day Naruto was at the gate as his team walked up. Alright, glad you are all here, said Naruto. So where is the first meeting? Asked Kenshin. Kumo, said Naruto. We are to follow their rules, understood. If they want us to relinquish our weapon we will give them our weapons. Yes sensei, said the 3. The groups set out. Sensei, what can we expect from the Raikage? Asked Kaoru. He is a proud man and you must prove yourself to get him to help you, said Naruto. The group heads to the border. You are an S-rank sensei, said Sagara. We should have no trouble getting into the land of lightning. They hear fighting. Come on, said Naruto as him and his genin team rushed to the sound and see a blonde-haired female with cat-like eyes fighting 3 people with orange hair. Summoning jutsu, said the female with orange hair as a 3-headed dog appears. You 3 will stay back, said Naruto. Summoning jutsu. 2 giant toads appear and rush the hellhound. It seems we have guests, said the man leading man. You the last student of Jiraiya sensei. What do you mean? Asked Naruto in shock. Another time after extracting the beast from you, said the man. Naruto sees his eyes. Rinnegan, said Naruto. This has just gotten harder. Almighty push, said Naruto as he pushed the 3 orange-haired ninjas away. Are you alright, Cloud Nin? Who are you? Asked Naruto. I am Pain and you Kyuubi shall come with me, said the Akatsuki member. Fire style. Fireball jutsu. Shouted the female as another one of the ninja jumped in front and absorbed it. It seems we have more company, said the man as a dark-skinned muscular man appear. The three Akatsuki disappears. Yugito, what happened? Asked the man. I am alright, Lord Raikage, said the female. Thanks to these Konoha ninja. It is an honor to meet you, Raikage Dono. I am Naruto Namikaze, said Naruto. I would like to talk to you about an alliance. I am A and I am the leader of Cloud. Thank you for your stance, said the man. Namikaze. It is an honor, said Naruto with a slight bow. I would like to speak to you in private. Let us head back to my office, said the Raikage. Back at the office, Naruto see a set of weights. As you have noticed, Raikage Dono, there is an organization that will try to capture people like Yugito and me, said Naruto. You know? Asked the Raikage with narrowed eyes. I'd have been targeted. I am 9, said Naruto. What can you tell me about this group? Jiraiya-sama told me a little bit about it but said a diplomat would come, said the Raikage. They are the Akatsuki and group of S-rank ninja who travel in pairs, said Naruto. Konoha has defeated some of them already and a defector gave us more info. Naruto places a scroll of the Raikage's desk. You can look it over and you can make your decision on an alliance. They are down 4 members. 3 dead, 1 was a double agent, said Naruto. There is one more thing you should be aware of. Their leader is Madara Uchiha, or so he say when he tried to capture me. The Raikage eyes widen. You sure? Asked the man. That is what he told me, but I don't believe him for a second, said Naruto. If he was who he said he was, his chakra level would have been enormous. His was slightly below Kage. Plus I sensed another entity next to him. However, we should take this claim seriously. Thanks for the info, said the Raikage. Now Yugito, why were you in the cave to begin with? It was a mission from the council, said the female. It looks like she was set up, said Naruto. Those hypocrites, said Raikage. They see my brother as a hero in the council but see Yugito as a threat to the Cloud. I will review these and let you know tomorrow. I will like to offer you some hospitality and give you a room at my estate, said the Raikage. I would be honored to accept if it is not burden, said Naruto. No burden at all, said the Raikage. Thank you for the hospitality, said Naruto. Later walks into the estate after his day. Blast those council members, said the Raikage. Naruto walks in with his team. Is there a problem, Lord Raikage? Asked Naruto. You seems troubled. The council wants Yugito dead, said Raikage. They have secured enough vote to offer her as a bargaining tool to the Akatsuki. And the treaty? Asked Naruto, going through several plans in his head. They refused to acknowledge it, said the Raikage. Officially we are not allies. However, secretly we can work something out. Now about Yugito, said Naruto. Can you banish her and I can take her Konoha under my care? I was hoping you would ask, said A. Here is the treaty and I will force her to resign from my forces, said A. I am sorry we cannot make an alliance. Me too, said the Raikage. This scroll contained the body of the Hyuga that was killed due one of the former council members' schemes. You mean you had nothing to do with it? Asked Naruto. The attempted kidnapping. Taking a child from their parents just be used a breeding stock is against my principle, said the Raikage. The Hyuga had a son and brother. I know both of them, said Naruto. The first scroll is the son, a formal apology for his father's death as well as compensation, said the Raikage. The second scroll is the same but also the body of the Hyuga as well the jutsu scroll of the council members' library. I am sure they will be ecstatic, said Naruto with a bow. A Chunin walks in. Lord Raikage, Yugito-san has arrived. Bring her in, said A. The young woman from the battle walks in. Yugito, I am sorry I was unable to protect you better. Lord Raikage, she questioned. The council want you to be give to the Akatsuki as a barging chip, said the Raikage. I am going to Reels from the Kumo forces and banish you. I see, said Yugito. Where will I go? I am willing to take you with me, said Naruto. I am close to the Hokage. Will she accept me? Asked Yugito. Yes, and you will be placed under my clan protection, both of them, said Naruto. Thank you Konoha ninja, said the blonde-haired female. Thanks you for the info Lord Raikage, said Naruto with a bow. At the village gates team Naruto was waiting for Yugito. I see her sensei, said Kenshin. Yugito let head out, said Naruto as they leave the village. Along the way Yugito was talking to Sagara. I see you two are getting along, said Naruto. Shut up sensei, said Sagara. You two will make such a nice couple, said Naruto teasing the two. If you continue I am going to burn what make you a man, Namikaze, said Yugito. On a serious note, how are you feeling? Asked Naruto. Scared but relived, said Yugito. Scared of what you village would think of me and relived of hoping for a better future. They get to Konoha and are signed in. We need to meet with Hokage-sama, said Naruto. Naruto and his team head up to the office. Hokage-sama, said Naruto. We were unable to secure an official alliance due to Kumo's counsel. The Raikage was all for it, said Naruto. Plus they had tried to give their Jinchuriki to the Akatsuki and I was asked by Raikage Dono to take her with me. Anything else Junin Namikaze? Asked Suand. I would like her placed as Junin since she held off an Akatsuki member by herself until we iced it, said Naruto. I will have taken evaluation in skill until then she will be Chunin help the other Genin teams, said Tsunade. Everyone but Junin Namikaze please leave, said Tsunade. The Genin leave as Tsunade face Naruto. You more worried than usual, why? She asked. You better call Jiraiya for this one, I came across something that might interest him. I think faced a student of his, said Naruto. Did he have the same eye as you did? As the voice of Jiraiya. Yes. Why who is he? Asked Naruto. Nagato, said Jiraiya. Was here a orange-hair man with a blue-haired woman with him? There were 3 of them with orange hair, said Naruto. He did say Jiraiya-sensei, said Naruto. Dismissed, said Tsunade. Thank you for the report. Naruto shunshined out. Back at the office. I need answers, said Jiraiya. I am going to find the leader of the Akatsuki and get answers. I will go with you, said Tsunade. You have duty to this village, said Jiraiya. I will be back. Be careful, said Tsunade. I will be. Thanks to training Naruto I think I know some of the Rinnegan abilities, said Jiraiya. It is the ones I don't that might give me problems. The white-haired Sanin disappear. Jiraiya was at a bridge near the Rain village. Summoning jutsu, said Jiraiya as a toad appear and he is swallowed. Getting into the village Jiraiya. Infiltration successful, he said putting up a cloaking jutsu. Walking around the village he see many people in poor condition. I didn't think Rain village was this bad, he thought as he looks around and see a tea house walks in. He see a person he can get the info from a young woman manning the counter. Hello, said Jiraiya. Can I help you sir? Asked the woman. Who is the leader of this village? I am new. His name is Pain and he is God. He is protect my his angel, said the woman. What happened to Hanzo? Asked Jiraiya getting a terrified look from the woman. His name is not to be spoke off, she said. Pain killed him and his supporters. Here is the money for the drink, thanks, said Jiraiya as he walks out leaving money on the table. Back at the Leaf Village Naruto was glaring at Tsunade. You're telling me you let Jiraiya go with no backup? Asked Naruto. I did not want to, but Jiraiya insisted, said Suand. Why are you so worried? I have a feeling the leader could have fought in Yugito evenly if Raikage Dono did not show up, said Naruto. I just hope he has info to fight this man. Jiraiya was on a platform as a blue-haired woman appeared before him. So it is you, Konan, said the sage. Jiraiya-sensei, you should not have come to here, said the blue-haired woman. So is Pain Yahiko or Nagato? Asked Jiraiya. It does not matter, you will not live past this day, said Konan. I failed you my students, said Jiraiya. And I shall fix that mistake. Conan goes through seals shoot paper kunai at her former teacher. Fire style. Toad fire bombs, he said, blasting fire at the incoming dagger. The two fight for dominance with Jiraiya forcing to have to dodges the attack. Toad oil bomb. Jiraiya fire oil at Conan causing her paper wings to stick. Iron mane, said Jiraiya as his hair wraps around his former student. We are going to have a nice chat, Conan, said Jiraiya. Pain, said Conan as she looks up seeing a female with orange hair, making Jiraiya release the jutsu and face this new threat. Jiraiya gasps at what he sees. The Rinnegan, he said. So it's you, Nagato. You caused our organization a lot of grief, Jiraiya-sensei, said the man. Conan, retreat at once, I will the intruder. Conan disappears in a origami and flies off. Where did I go wrong? Wondered Jiraiya. What is your purpose for collecting the biju? I intend on using the tailed beast to wipe out the 5 great village and cause pain. Through that pain the world will grow up, said the orange-haired man. What are you talking about, Nagato, and where is Yahiko? Asked Jiraiya. There was a person of that name, said Pain. He was killed a long time ago. I placed my dreams on you, Nagato. It seems I was mistaken, said Jiraiya. I shall end the pain as a god, said Pain. A god, huh? Said Jiraiya. I thought you didn't make jokes. Enough. As you teacher, it is my duty to stop you, said Jiraiya. Summoning jutsu. A red toad with a fork-like weapon appears. I am the gallant Jiraiya, said the white-hair Sanin. Very well, said Pain. Summoning jutsu. A 3-headed dog appears. Gamaken, said Jiraiya. The toad jumps up, avoid the jaws of the dog. The battle was fierce, but in the end Gamaken was able to send the dog back to the summon realm. Summoning jutsu, said Pain as a lizard appears only to disappear in the background. I will have to use a detection jutsu, said Jiraiya as he goes through hand seals. There, said Jiraiya as Gamaken slams the fork into the lizard. Jiraiya, I can't keep this up since I am ungraceful, said Gamaken. I am going to summon the toad sages, said Jiraiya as he goes through hand seal and 2 small puff are heard. Jiraiya-chan, why have you summoned us? Said a female voice. I was cooking dinner. Now ma, Jiraiya-chan must have a good reason to summon us, said a male voice. I am fighting a man with the Rinnegan, said Jiraiya. I need sage mode. Summoning jutsu, said the female as 2 people appear. What? Said Jiraiya. So those are the path that Naruto told me about. My info is still sketchy. The male with a ponytail changes only to be sent back by a Jiraiya's foot. Sage mode is complete, said the male toad as Jiraiya appear with a longer nose and warts on it. Jiraiya throws smoke pellets on the ground and jumps up. Miv Rasengan, he said as the path holds his hands out and blocks the attack, absorbing it. Jiraiya appears behind one of the path and throws a punch strong enough to crack boulder. The path turns around and catches it. Just as Naruto said, shared line of vision. Since he used clone, I wasn't sure, thought Jiraiya. Jiraiya, back up a bit. Ninjutsu and taijutsu are out the window, said Jiraiya. The only thing left is genjutsu. Looks like it, said male toad. I am not proficient in genjutsu, said Jiraiya. We have the toad song, said the male toad as Jiraiya flees. The 3 paths start to pursue. The 2 toad sages start to croak as the paths are put in a genjutsu and killed. Successful, said Jiraiya, only for another path to get behind him. This one had a bald head. Didn't you tell me to never let you guard down, said the path as Jiraiya is thrown through the wall. Landing in a lake, Jiraiya see his left arm has been severed. 6 people appear. What, I thought I took those 3 out. In attendance the 6 paths of pain, said leader of the paths. The name given to all 6 of us. You fought well, Jiraiya-sensei, said the path. Jiraiya channeled chakra as a path charged. Rasengan, shouted a voice as the path was sent back. Standing in front of Jiraiya was Naruto. This is a not favorable fight. Naruto form clone and has them slow down the 6 paths. Grabbing his teach, Naruto quickly disappears in a shunshin. The last clone was destroyed as the paths disperse. Back in Konoha, Naruto rushed Jiraiya to the hospital and notified Anbu to bring the Hokage for healing. In the next bed was Itachi with a blindfold on. What is Jiraiya doing in the hospital? Asked the Uchiha. He bit of more than he can chew, said Naruto. He faced pain. He is lucky to have survived, said Itachi. Even I would be unable to face pain in one-on-one combat. Tsunade rushes in. Jiraiya, she shouted in panic. Did he win? He called me to east and we fled, said Naruto. At least you both are alright, said Tsunade as she see the served limb. His ninja career is over. I thought as much, said Naruto. Can they give him an arm? Wooded one is all they can give him and all it will give is mobility, said Suand. They are testing the chakra arm on Shikamaru. Jiraiya opens his eyes. Am I dead? He asked. No. How do you feel? Asked Naruto. I feel like crap, said Jiraiya. You look like you went through the grinder, said Naruto. Head home, I will take care of Jiraiya, said Suand. Naruto disappears in a shunshin. Getting home he sees Kurenai on the couch. You alright? Asked the young female Junin. Jiraiya nearly got killed, said Naruto. I have to ask. I sense a second form of chakra in you. Anything you want to tell me? I just got the results. I am pregnant and you are going to be a father, said Kurenai. That is great news, just not sure if I know how to be a father, said Naruto. However, it will be our child. Naruto carries Kurenai to the master bedroom in the apartment they rented and slept. I love you, Naruto-kun. I love me too, said Naruto with a grin only to get punched playfully. I am just kidding, I love you too, Kurenai-chan. I was hoping to wait for the right time but, reaching into his pocket, Naruto take out a scroll and a box appears out of it. Getting on one knee, Naruto opens it. Will you marry me? Kurenai starts to cry. I would love to, she said. With that, a new chapter is born for our heroes.